are we back to the timer?
Josiah, did you press the button?
Yeah,
Is it not live?
it should be.
Let me see.
Matt looks. No, there we are. There we are.
We are?
We're live.
It sounds like we're live.
Matt's frozen.
Killing it from the start this morning. Saturday pivot.
Oh, I don't know why.
We are here live. I
There
think
it
we're
goes.
live. Are we live?
Yeah, we're
This-
live.
I think the funnest part of the day is figuring out if we're actually on. Hey, Juice, how are you?
I'm good.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's Saturday, man.
Right? How's the Sooners doing?
How are the Jayhawks doing, you mean?
Yeah, whatever.
They're winning, baby.
Jared, how we doing?
I'm doing great. We're live.
Jared is going to be back. He's as things break down, always right before start time. My haircut looks good. I want to do that, right?
Yeah, it does.
It looks real solid.
Okay. So is it working? Everything
Everything's
working?
working.
We're good.
Yay.
We're on.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yay.
Good job, Jared. We're going to get you a double clap. Okay.
Thank you. Thank
Now
you.
that we're live, we are The Pivot. We are brought to you by Vast Bank. We're executive produced by Toby Biocchini. I think he was celebrating his brother's birthday yesterday, so I don't know that we get him today. We got the Juice here in studio. Finding out, Jared, this morning that might be less common than we had hoped. We've got Jared to my right, and
Oh, yeah.
Emmy is not here.
Well, she's here. She just looks a little different today.
Yeah.
Hi, Emmy. Introduce yourself for the day.
I'll do my best to fill in for Emmy. Don't set your expectations too high,
Nobody has.
but
Nobody
Our
has.
expectations are low.
but I'll do my
Zero
best. As long as the
people.
expectations are low,
Nobody-
we'll be good to
In fact,
go.
the bar has not even really. even been set.
Thank you for saying such, but I don't know that that's a concern.
Yeah.
Emmy was it her birthday that she was celebrating? Or
I don't know.
I think,
Maybe.
it was I think it was
so.
just Friday.
just being in Tulsa on a Friday.
Yeah, it was just Friday.
Anyway, Emmy's not with us, unfortunately, on a Saturday morning.
It's actually afternoon now, Matt.
That's weekend. So, 90% of you are going to stop watching, and we understand. However, the rest of you that actually want to watch fantasy,
Wait a minute. Whoa.
I know.
They're not tuning in for Emmy. They're tuning in for our knowledge.
I would agree.
I mean, Emmy's a nice, part of the show, but
Her knowledge has
we
been.
bring stuff too.
That's right. We've
Her
got
no-
content in us.
Yeah.
If you guys want to believe you're the superstars, that's fine. I'm good with that. You are.
In my own head, I am.
It is the featuring the Juice. We have not changed that yet.
Nope.
Juice, how are you?
I'm good, man. I just
I have to admit, I'm a little off on this Saturday morning. The Sooners are down 10-0. They're kind of driving. They just got a personal foul penalty because those are really nice when you're down 10-0. It's 2nd and 37 right now. Let's just say that.
they can convert.
That's where we are on a Saturday morning. Other than the Sooners being down, Juice, which I know you are a proud KU grad, did you see this coming at all?
Oh yeah. I mean, I bet the mortgage on KU to
The
win
money
outright.
line?
Yeah,
And you see him holding on to this lead?
absolutely. Our defense is just it's stout.
Yeah, I'd like to know who Marcus Hayes is right about now. Okay, well, I'm going to get in better mood at some point. Well, when the buttons work,
The wrong week, we quit sniffing glue.
that's kind of how I'm feeling right about now.
It's all good.
Yeah.
They're going to come back. Don't worry. They will.
Jared, how are you?
Doing good. Doing good. I'm excited
So we're operating with the old computer,
to
Spencer Rattler
install
still,
the new computer next week.
but Caleb Williams is here.
Caleb Williams is here. It's in that little box right there.
So anybody who listens to the show regularly, you are welcome to place wagers on whether the new computer is installed next week. I want the not installed by next week line. If anybody's got
I'll take that bet.
The not installed is it opened at a plus 500.
Yes. On Thursday evening while watching the game, there were grandiose plans of Friday and Saturday getting that thing installed, right?
No, I'm thinking Monday, but we'll see. I got to talk to the wife.
In Jared's defense, he has 2 young children.
Yep.
But Caleb needs to become your 3rd child.
He is.
Yes.
I'm excited for him.
Okay, cuz, I'll let you talk. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Just doing a little filling in today.
Thanks for filling in on a Saturday
Yeah.
morning.
Yep.
Yeah. I got the call. Said, hey, I'll show up. Don't
That's what happens
expect
in show
me to do as good as
business.
Emmy, but I'll show up.
Yeah.
You'll actually try to have some insight, which we'll appreciate. I mean, not that
Absolutely.
Emmy doesn't. Emmy's had great insight.
Yeah, she's been.
She
she's
did
been
better than
killing
I
it.
did last week. I'll tell you that.
I did awful last week. It was
I,
a bad week for the daily fantasy sports for me.
It was a bad week. I don't think I had the best week. I think out of the three of us, but I didn't have a
Probably
Great week.
wouldn't be hard to do
Or
that.
did we have like a similar week? Julio?
I mean, the show was bad, the lineup we put out, but our
Our
cash
exa-
lineup did fine.
Oh yes, our cash lineup. Just to let you update you guys, we're on 4-0. We're 4-0 since Juice took over the reins for good.
Yep.
Fake Juice Jr. is not loving that, but big week because this could really get him in a hole here. Show lineup did terrible.
Yep.
I think executive producer Real Toby's in the top 3 right now in the standings. If I
Nice.
saw that right.
Just to give you a little insight here, I got 29th out of 30th last week in the show lineup.
Wow.
With the show lineup.
I don't
Okay.
think I was much better. I
So the
didn't
good
even
news
look.
about Race League is you get to drop your lowest score, hopefully. But we have like a 115 and a 114, don't we?
This one was a
I
112.
think
so.
it was a bad week for most people.
It was not a great week. There have not been the 200s that we are accustomed to seeing winning Race League.
The only good thing about the lineup last week was that Ricky Seals Jones kept the producer exemption going, and he got a touchdown.
Luckily, you're almost out of them. And
I don't know why it's luckily. They
you-
go
you-
pretty good.
you've had 3 exemptions and 5 touchdowns.
No,
so that-
6 touchdowns.
6
Yep.
Excuse me, 6 touchdowns.
That's
That
an
is
extra
accurate.
touchdown.
Ricky Seals had a good game.
Yep.
Yeah, so basically hindsight 2020 was we kind of sucked.
Yeah, hindsight 2020, we did bad.
I
Did we do
Herbert,
worse?
Herbert
Worse?
sucked.
He sucked real bad.
The
Yeah.
whole, the whole
I don't know why.
Chargers thing was
Yes,
awful.
that's what
It
killed us.
was. It was.
Did we suck worse Sunday or on the Thursday showdown lineups that we built for the public?
Probably,
Those were terrible.
probably both are pretty bad. I don't know. It's a hard toss.
Anyway,
there.
For this past Thursday?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did. So there's a start-sit show now under the Pivot umbrella, Julio, that Cuz and Jared do after the have been doing Thursday
Yep.
evenings right up to the kickoff of the other game, and they build showdown lineups. And I host the show for them, and I suck too. We all sucked
okay.
together.
Yep.
Hey,
we
you
did
know,
it together.
My least favorite thing about DFS and NFL is you have a bad week and you have to stew on it for an entire week.
Right.
But I'm ready. I mean, like NBA, like you have a bad night, and it's like okay,
yeah,
wake
you
up,
have to wait a week.
and then tomorrow, like you're firing back, you know. But NFL, it's like, I mean,
I would say
literally
this is a big week for us. We need a top 5 finish this
yeah,
week.
yeah.
we'll
yeah.
get there.
Yeah.
Um,
I've got some ideas for this week for sure.
Well, so let's get at flexing off of pivoting off of hindsight 2020. There, we don't need to talk about it last week much more, right?
No, we were
It was a
bad.
disaster.
It was not our best week, other than the exemption Ricky Seals Jr., who did score a touchdown.
Yep.
That was about it.
That was
there was
it.
no real
Yeah, I'm
highlights.
looking at it right now. That was literally it.
Tell
That was
us
only
about the
thing.
Millionaire Maker. What was the nuts last week?
The Millionaire Maker. Here it is. The nuts last week was. Oh, nope, this is the wrong one. Here it is. The nuts last week that we didn't have any part of because this dude scored 231 points.
Good for him. He had 150 lineups, I'm sure.
I'm sure he did. He had Baker Mayfield at quarterback, Jonathan Taylor, Joe Mixon, CeeDee Lamb with a whopping 39 points. Oh, my goodness. Donovan Peoples-Jones, 29 points. Adam Thielen, 32. Noah Fant had a big week with 24 fantasy points. Travis Kelce at the flex, which we actually had Travis Kelce at the flex.
Yeah,
Wow, we were so close.
And then they had, yeah, we were so close.
what could have been?
What could have happened? If only we had those 8 other spots right. We were that close.
You said it. I just wanted to point it out.
And then they had Colts at defense. So that was the Millionaire Maker winning lineup.
So nothing that. So we had Kelsey.
We had Kelsey. Yeah, and that's it.
We had Mark Andrews. He had a decent week.
Yeah, Mark Andrews did good.
OU is 56
Or actually,
seconds
did
from
we
being
have Mark
shut
Andrews?
No,
out.
we didn't
That's
have
my lineup.
Yeah, we went with Ricky Seals-Jones.
OU is 56 seconds away from being shut out in the first half by Kansas, and this is just terrible. Okay, I'm gonna pep up here at some point. This is doing a show while OU's losing is gonna be hardcore, hard on me for get pumped up here. Well, great for the guy who won the Millionaire Maker. We had Kelsey. That's awesome. What about you, Josiah? You have any big lineups last week?
No, last week was a pretty rough
Okay,
week
it's
for
good
me
to hear
too.
it was tough on everybody.
Yeah.
I did have a lineup that did well. I had a Cowboys stack.
Our cash lineup did really well. We had CeeDee Lamb in our
Yeah.
cash lineup.
I had a Cowboys stack that actually salvaged my week. So,
Well, good. I'm
yeah.
glad somebody did. I didn't play much last week, so that's a good news. Well,
I
let's
shouldn't
pivot
have.
over to my favorite segment. You guys ready?
Oh yeah.
Feel pumped up. I need a little energy here.
Yeah.
Go play those 50-cent pieces. Are there a bunch of 50-cent pieces this week, Julio?
I'm gonna call this week the dollar week.
The dollar week?
Yeah. Want to know why?
So we're gonna hit it twice. Dollar week. We're gonna do 50-cent. We gotta go through the music twice. Shit.
Yep.
So the dollar week. The reason why I'm calling
Is there
it
a
the dollar
100-point game?
week- No, but there's only two 50-cent pieces.
Oh, wow. I
So
got you.
50 times 2
So we played
is $1.
for each.
Yep.
We did the theme song for each 50-cent piece this week.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's awesome.
But what's interesting is that we have a 50-cent piece that's the highest projected total thus far this year.
Yes. Yes.
Josiah, Matt's frozen.
So we've got the Chiefs Titans Sunday at noon at 58.
Wow. That's a big game. There's a lot of ways to attack this game, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to take a sort of a firm stand on how you're going to go
Yeah.
with that game.
Yeah. You got to just believe in which way you
Yeah,
decide to
it's,
go. With it.
it's a conviction type like play that you're going to need to do. Then the only other game that's above 50, including the Monday night, is the Lions Rams at 50.5.
Lions, Rams, huh?
And it's hard to get to 50 if the other team doesn't score, right?
Right.
The Lions have kept games,
Yeah, they had that
Close.
crazy comeback with San Francisco.
but here's the thing. So you've got Jared Goff squaring up against Matt Stafford. Stafford going up against his old team.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of narrative there, right?
The coach for the Lions basically came out and just completely called out Jared Goff, more or less saying either
I
you
heard
start
it.
playing or we're gonna
That's
have to figure
Man
something
Campbell you're referring to
out.
there.
Yeah, well,
Yes.
crybaby Campbell.
He was Goff needs to get much tougher. He needs to take people's knees out and stuff. Man
Yep.
Campbell's tough.
Is he? Because he was crying 2 weeks ago.
Well, don't let that fool you.
Okay, I'm just
So, what are there games right under the 50-cent mark?
there's a lot of games
We
like
got
in the
any
mid to upper
49ers?
40s.
I thought
No
there was
40
1 49er.
No 49. No.
Hmm.
The next closest game I would say is the Eagles Raiders at 48.5.
Okay, well that's almost.
That's sort of sneaky.
that might be 49 on some boards, right?
Yeah, maybe. I'm taking this from like CBS.
Gotcha.
But then the rest are, they're like 46, 47. Jets, Patriots. I mean, I'm
That's
just crossing
awful.
that off.
Yeah.
42.5.
Though, unless you really want to get tricky, you could play a cheap stack in the Jets Patriot. I like the playing Bourne and New England's rookie quarterback,
Mac Jones.
Mac Jones,
Mac
and
Jones.
running it back with Michael Carter for the 10-point stack. I call that.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like the 10-point stack is maybe the stack we ran last week. That's what you're gonna kind of expect ceiling wise.
The 10-point stack, you can put you get 10 points from those three, and then you can fit in everybody else, like Adams and everybody else.
I mean, here's what I do love is the Monday night game is 42.5. Saints Seahawks. So
Ooh, see, I
I'm
haven't
done.
played any of that.
And then Colts 49ers is 43, the Sunday night game.
What
So
about Cincinnati Baltimore?
46?
Okay, I like that game.
Did you already say what Kansas City, Tennessee was gonna? What would,
It's 58.
That was
58. Okay.
That was the first
And then
one.
the football team
Jared.
Packers is 47 and a half.
Don't let him slip off that. Why?
The football team and the Packers is 47 and a half.
See, that's one that I could see being another good game, right?
Yeah. I think that, and I think the
Jared, you got a favorite? You got a favorite game this
I
week?
like the Atlanta Miami game.
Oh wow, what's that at? What's that?
let's see. I think it's about 47, but let's see.
What about you, Cuz? You got a game
Yeah.
where you think all the points are going to come from?
My
Where
favorite team
where are
to
you setting your crab boat this week out in the Bering Sea? You got to.
my favorite team to target this week is the Rams.
Okay, you're building around them.
I think Stafford's gonna put a beating on the Lions, his old team.
I can see that.
Yeah.
That's a good call. But you asked about the Falcons Dolphins. It's 47 and a half, so it's up there.
Yeah. Are you doing the Matt Ryan?
Yeah, that's what I have right now. My favorite stack this week, my first built stack was Matt Ryan, Calvin Ridley, and Kyle Pitts.
And then running it back with Waddle. Are you a correlator?
Yeah, I correlate it.
I mean,
this week, I like Waddle.
You Mr. One Off, Johnny One Off.
Yep. So yeah, I'd probably go back with Waddle. If not,
I'm
maybe
sorry, I gotta
Parker.
Okay.
So you said tight end Kyle Pitts.
Yeah.
Is that what you're running with?
Yeah, I'd like to go.
Wow.
Is that who you like, Kyle Pitts?
Well, no, I mean I'm just surprised because I figured this was going to be another RSJ week.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, no.
He's good. That's
We figured that was a lock.
I
that's
like
the
that
flex.
matchup.
That's the
I
flex.
like that matchup, but
Clearly he's working himself in the flex.
but
Oh, yeah.
I mean RSJ is.
no, I have a different flex, and I actually like this guy a lot. It's not Ricky Seals Jones.
Well,
So-
before we start doing builds, we haven't done this segment in a while, and I have heard feedback from people that listen to the show regularly that they would like to hear our opinions on who this week. Let's talk like I don't know. Let's call this basement buying or something. I've got one player that I really like under 4,000 this week that would help build lineups at wide receiver, and his name is Van Jefferson II. I believe he's the second.
Van Jefferson, yep.
Is he a second?
I love when people
Josiah?
call themselves the second. They don't just say junior.
Is Van Jefferson a second? Can somebody confirm?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
I don't think so, but I might
I'd
be
have to
wrong.
call his dad. Do we have time?
Anyway, he's 3,500, right?
35. Yep.
He's
We have
averaging
a
almost.
question, guys, by the way, from Kyle Brickman.
Hi, Kyle. We'll get right to you here. So, you guys got any dumpster diving you want to do this week?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I
Let's
got some
hear it.
dumpster diving.
While Julio's looking for his dumpsters,
Uh,
let's hear the family. Let's get the family's dynamic on this.
so I've got two dumpster divers. I guess you could consider them. I don't really consider them dumpster divers, but they're cheap like
if
dumpster
you're playing
divers.
them, I'd probably consider them dumpster divers.
Listen. My dumpster divers produce. And I got Rashad Bateman, 3,400 against Cincinnati. He had 6 targets last week. Yeah, I like him a lot. He's only 3,400. So
Yeah,
I feel
wow.
like that's a solid dart throw if you want to call it that. But I think it's stronger than a dart throw. My other one is Nico Collins. He's
Oh
questionable.
my God! Enough with the fucking.
Nico Collins, you are not getting it with Nico
Julio.
Collins.
Remind me of the part of the show last week where Nico Collins was mentioned. And
I don't
He-
remember Nico Collins being
No,
mentioned.
he wasn't
somehow
mentioned, but
was in our-
Bateman started,
he
and we
made
had
the show
Dunleavy.
lineup somehow. That's
Oh, he did?
that's a first.
Wait a minute.
Yes,
He did?
He made the show lineup.
Nico Collins did last week.
Yep. And
Well, I dropped Dunleavy because Bateman was starting.
Duvernay.
Yeah, Duvernay, and I went with Nico Collins. He got double the amount of points.
would that be considered a exemption?
No, that's not an
I
exemption.
think that's a loss of exemption.
Wow.
That is not a loss of
We,
exemption.
we really need him
I mean,
here.
that's literally what the exemption means.
Settle this.
Right, but Sunday morning is happening. I'm not just gonna leave the plays that I think are bad because
I agree, but I think those are
situations change.
We call those exemptions.
Yeah.
No, that's not an exemption.
I'm-
If it
I'm with you, Matt, on this one.
well, if I used that exemption, I'd say it's a success because it
I think all your
scored
exemptions-
twice as many points as the guy we had.
I mean,
So,
that's an ongoing debate for the rest of the year because your exemptions have been successful,
Yeah.
but we put a limited amount on them.
right. If
and-
you want to call me at 4, that's 4 good ones then.
Okay.
But I don't
Then-
no, I don't like
Then
it.
we'll call you at 4.
4, I guess we can do 4. 4 exemptions, 6 touchdowns.
And you got
everyone's
one
been
left.
a success.
It's
And
a-
if I succeed at the 5th one, I get 5 more.
that fifth one is going to be
think
so good.
Everybody's going to be excited to hear when the 5th one is broken out.
Yep, and I'll just get 5 more. All
I
right,
feel like
Kyle.
we're stuck at 1. On exemptions.
Josiah, cuz, give me a dumpster dive. I know you got some.
I'm gonna give you one. You probably would have guessed it, but I'm Rashad Bateman.
What you two are you
Rashad Bateman's gonna
guys?
kill
Right,
it
we're
this
trying to
week.
make content here, not.
Yeah, we're trying to make
Everyone's
content.
gonna be really appreciative this
Hey,
week.
Matt,
Whenever
why
he
don't you come
kills
to me?
it.
Why don't you come to me? I got one for you guys.
Bateman's a
Yeah.
good play this week.
Give it to us.
Rashad Bateman.
Oh yeah!
Oh wow.
Oh yeah!
Okay, guys. So here, go ahead and mark that and put that down as our dumpster dive. Dumpster
Dumpster
dive
dive of the week. Rashad
Stone
Bateman.
cold lock.
Can we give them one other one, maybe one other one? I gave him Jefferson.
I got another one.
Okay, thank
it'll
you.
probably be more highly owned, but
Hey,
Devontae Freeman's a good
so in
one.
building content, next,
Devontae Freeman.
next
Yeah.
time we come to you and you have 2,
Latavius Murray's out.
and your
Oh,
cousins
that's true.
used one, go ahead and go with the second one. Lead with the second.
So
Anyway.
I do legitimately have one.
Oh wow.
Tyler Johnson, wide receiver for the Buccaneers.
I was gonna say that one
fixes.
too. That's a good one.
It dies every 10 seconds.
Oh.
I'm having tech issues in my so I
is
talking.
it plugged in?
It's plugged in. It just goes to the screen, the password screen every 10
Oh,
seconds.
so we have to.
And I have to try to remember my password. Anyway, we digress. Okay, so the dumpster dives were kind of labeled. Jefferson's a good dumpster dive. I think Bateman I'd agree with.
Yep.
Well, Tyler Johnson.
Tyler Johnson.
So Antonio Brown's out.
Okay.
He'll fill in that wide receiver slot, the third.
The third slot in
Yeah.
Tampa.
Yeah, I picked him off waiver wires today.
Yeah, I mean,
Johnson.
I think he's legitimately in a good spot, right? I mean, against Chicago, so we'll see. He's had some targets. He's kind of a deep flyer.
What about the running back position? Any you like? Let's say anything 5,000 or under.
Josiah just
said
mentioned
Devontae Freeman.
Devontae
Oh,
Freeman.
you did say Freeman.
Yeah, because
He's 4,200.
Murray's out.
Kind of like McKissick for
I
Washington.
would say
McKissick could be good too.
Rashad Bateman.
Who was that? That was Heckenkamp. Remember that was like
Yeah.
Rashard Bateman.
Before we forget, let's do this question for Kyle Brickman. He says, waiver wire looking dire, but my best options are Fields versus Tampa Bay, Wilson versus New England, Heineke versus Green Bay. Kind of like Fields because I assume the Pats volume will be crazy and the Bucs secondary is kind of trash. So he's wanting to know which quarterback he should pick up.
Well,
I kind of like Heineke out of those.
I do like Heineke the best.
I
I
just
tried to
think-
pick Heineke up in a league. And
Yeah,
I
I'm
got
not feeling
denied.
Fields, even though he was kind of
Fields could
trying
be
to sell
this-
us on it.
I'm assuming this is like a streaming
I'm
option.
with
like
you,
for the
Kyle.
league.
I think Fields could. This is a 15 to 20 point field games this week. I think he's going to rush for like 60 yards, and I think he'll get a couple touchdowns. Green Bay's defense is not setting the world on fire. This is a division game. I don't think they shut out Chicago, and I think he's responsible for every point they get probably. So I don't hate Fields, but that's just me.
I kind
And-
of like them
and-
both.
And let me invite you to watch Cuz and Jared's start show
Sit start show
that has been on Thursday nights, but may be moved. So watch for that.
Yep,
But
we'll
if
figure
you
it out.
like and subscribe, all our content will be come up when you like and subscribe. So we appreciate it, Kyle. And if you somehow get us your address, we got T-shirts coming.
Yep.
So anyway, so let's transition over. That's not transition. Let's transition over. Let's start building a
Nice.
lineup for this week. I'm going to clear out the lineup that I have in Ray's league.
Did we really talk about too many running backs? I feel like we just talked about one.
No, we're just talking about garbage running backs.
dumpster divers.
Let's start talking before we start building a lineup. Let's start talking about some ownership and who's popular this week.
Sure.
What's the chalk they're snorting this week?
Let
Let me guess, because let me tell you who I like. Henderson.
Let's go quarterback first.
Okay, quarterback. Tannehill.
No,
Ooh, I like Tannehill this week. Do you guys like Tannehill
not
this
even
week?
close.
Anybody like Tannehill? This
I
week?
like
Yeah, Tannehill's a good
Kansas
play,
City. Yeah,
especially with
absolutely. I like Tannehill. Yeah.
Okay. Mahomes. He's got to be popular.
Oh
Third.
yeah. Against
Third.
Tennessee, yeah, he's got to be real
Third.
good.
I feel like
Pretty
it's
chalky.
I feel like it's fairly low for the.
What about? I'm going to go Aaron Rodgers. No. Okay. Wow. Hurts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Lamar.
Yeah, okay,
Hurts
but-
and Lamar are top two. Mahomes is third. Stafford is fourth. Josiah's guy. Derek Carr is getting some steam at 6%. And I won't mention the next guy because I think he's one of my favorite plays.
So we're going to save him.
Yeah,
We're gonna save him.
yeah.
I like it. We'll save him.
And then you want to go running back?
Yeah, let's
Let's
hear
do it.
Or, I like guessing. We always like to guess.
Yeah, let's
Guessing
go
is
number
fun.
one. Let's. I think the number one is like pretty obvious this
Fournette.
week. He's up there, but no, he's not number
Derrick
one.
Henry.
Henderson.
Yes, Henderson as number one.
Henderson.
I'm just going to have to snort that chalk. He's going to have a monster game. What are you
yeah.
talking about?
Yeah. Yeah.
20.5%. Number two,
What have you guys? So we might as well make this a topic. A lot of our listeners that are in Ray's league. Congrats on those guys that are. Hey, Brett, and our usual listeners. I forgot my question. What were we talking about before that?
running back.
backs. Yeah, I think you were gonna ask us, or you were gonna tell us who the third one is, or you're guessing, or something.
Oh, yes. I wasn't, but
Kind of random.
Hubbard.
Yeah, good job.
Because
Yep,
it's mine.
makes
I was
sense.
guessing mine. That's why. Oh, I know what the question is. How popular do you think? So you guys have played in Ray's leagues now,
Yeah.
fielded your own teams now for what, 7 weeks? We're going on.
Yep, this
one?
is week 7.
How are you noticing that the trends with chalk transition to Ray's league?
I feel that every week that goes by, it's becoming more and more of a cash type of lineup that
People are in Ray's league are
yes.
building.
Yeah.
I think people take fewer
They're
chances.
scared of just
in
hitting.
Ray's league. Yes.
So there's two ways to play it. I mean, if you think you're out of the winning the top 3, you're just going to try to win weeks. So then you could take a little more risk. So,
Right.
so you're going to notice as the weeks go on and people drop out of the top 10 and they have no chance to win, their lineups are going to look crazy, like because they're
Yeah.
just trying to pivot off of chalk so that they can win outright.
Yeah.
Yep.
But so for instance, Henderson Jr., Hubbard. if you were playing them in Race League, would you be concerned about playing in Race League? Are they too popularly owned that you
No,
think that?
I mean, I think
we had some 66% owned last week in Race League. That was,
Was it?
I think we all had him.
Let me see. I can actually pull it up real quick. All
I
have
mean,
to
the
do
high,
is
the, so
find
like the
one that I
highest
looked at last
owned
week.
guy last week, I think in Rays League was Ricky Seals Jones.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
who.
Ricky
That's
Seals
who.
Jones.
That's who. It was.
At 56%.
56% owned. Everyone else that we had was 25% or under.
And,
Right.
and I think
When
if
do you get concerned in a
well,
league?
so okay, if you think back to last week's show when we were talking about Ricky Seals Jones versus I think it was Andrews and somebody else,
The price was just so,
my concern was that he was going to be too popular.
right, and, he
And
was.
so if he busted,
It-
we shoot up. We have potential to shoot up above
right. The-
half the.
if 66% are on Ricky Seals and he busts, the 33% that don't have him suddenly have an advantage.
yeah,
Right.
I mean,
or have a leverage.
right,
Yeah.
right. And so my thought process was like we can spend up a little bit and get Andrews, and I think he's in just as good a spot. And they wound up scoring about the same. But the savings that you got with Ricky Seals Jones was you couldn't like just dismiss that,
Right.
right? So.
So what about wide receiver this week? Adams, highly owned, right? 3%.
Yeah.
Like top 3.
No, he's top 5.
Oh, okay.
He's 5th.
Who's your guess, Jared?
Who do I think is gonna be highly owned?
Yeah. Wow, you're nailing this game.
I think DJ Moore might be highly owned
Yeah.
this week.
I can tell by Julio's face he's not.
Well, if he's not, I feel like they're gonna miss out because I feel like he's in a great spot.
I smell an exemption coming.
Yeah, I do. That 5th one.
So Chris Godwin is number 1.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really?
Sterling
it
Shepard
makes-
is number 2. That makes sense to me. Sterling Shepard
Yeah.
makes sense.
Because they have nobody else.
They have nobody else.
Right.
Cooper Kupp is 3rd. I think that's warranted,
That makes
justified.
sense.
Calvin Ridley is 4th.
Yeah, he's
yeah.
a little too high owned. I'm a little worried about him playing Miami. He's a domer, I think. He just plays a lot better in the dome.
Yeah. Devontae Adams is 5th. Can't knock that play. Jacoby Myers is 6th, and then Rashad Bateman is 7th. And then you just kind of get a cluster. What I sort of try and do in weeks like this is I try and look at like the quarterbacks and the receivers and sort of see like who's really popular at receiver and like kind of correlate them with who's really not that popular at quarterback. Does that make sense?
Right.
So when we get into our builds, we'll talk about that.
Let's quickly go through the tight ends and defenses. Or screw the defenses. Who's the popular tight ends?
Let me pull up tight end. I should have had this pulled up, but it should take 1 second.
I'm gonna, oh yeah, go ahead.
So who's number 1?
That's Ricky Seals Jones. He's only
They didn't
3,700.
really bump him up salary wise
He
too
gave him
much.
$700.
DraftKings hates Ricky Seals Jones. I don't know why.
Yeah, they do.
They really do.
Yeah, it's I like Ricky.
Pitts has
Jones
got to
again.
be in the top 5.
He's
he's
37,000
he's not.
this week, or 3,700.
He's not in the top 5 because he's Pitts. Oh, Gesicki.
No, he's
Wow.
up there. Dallas Goddard is
Higbee.
second. Dallas Goddard is second.
I'm now just randomly. I'm just spraying names.
What about Darren Waller?
Higbee.
He's down the list a little bit.
Higbee.
Down the list a little bit.
Okay.
Dallas Goddard, Travis Kelsey.
Komet.
He's up there.
Uzuma.
Gasicki.
I said Gesicki. You said
Did you
no?
say Gasicki?
Yeah,
I'm
he
sorry.
said
I didn't hear you. I apologize.
I was literally randomly just firing names.
But then Cole Komet, Mark Andrews, Darren Waller, Evan Ingram.
Is Ertz
Pitts.
on there anywhere?
He's not, and he could be sneaky.
He could be pretty sneaky.
Yeah.
Actually, Josiah's the one that sold me on him. He was talking about some no-name tight end that was playing for Arizona that was killing it every week.
Max Williams.
Max Williams,
Yeah.
yeah. And now Ertz is in that same spot,
bel-
and he's Ertz.
I believe he was a Minnesota Golden Gopher, Max Williams.
Yeah.
I actually think Max Williams might be more athletic than Ertz at this point in their career.
Yeah,
but that,
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's build this line. Start building a lineup because I only have 10% on the iPad, so we're kind of up against it. Brilliant preparation by my part. Do you think I could risk plugging?
No,
it in?
don't do that.
Okay, we won't do that. Okay, we're gonna have to be quick on building this lineup, or we're gonna hit our freeze point. Plus, we got an OU game to go root them on. This is my favorite part of the year. Let's. I don't know what we're gonna do to transition this. We'll just hit this. I like this button.
Oh, yeah.
build a lineup.
Building a lineup.
So as everybody knows, we play in a league that is a Sunday, Monday slate. It's called Rays League. We're playing up against about 30 to 35 other guys. We do build a heads-up lineup, but we're concentrating on Rays League. So this will be a tournament lineup with about 30. So there's some components of cash and some components of tournament in
It's a
this lineup.
small field tournament, so it's kind of more cashy.
So we're
Yeah.
trying to build you a lineup. Instead of just telling you great plays, we're going to try to put together a lineup with plays we like and other plays. Do we have any people that we just got to lock in this week?
I'm gonna go with JMJ.
All right.
I want to hear his.
I have a few that I'd like to lock in.
A few. He's got a few
But
now.
of course, we're not going to do a few. But this is my first. This is my
if
my
he was
first
going to
take.
just go ahead and build the lineup himself, this is what he would do.
I love DJ Moore this week against the Giants. They have they're not very good against the pass.
I like that one. I was going to hit the no button, but that one was actually good. So
So I like DJ Moore a lot. The other person is a classic, and it's just Derrick Henry against Kansas City. He's actually we were sitting upstairs, Matt, and you said what Line Star called Derrick Henry a value play this week.
They
And
are-
he's $9,200.
he is. He's like top 3 running back at 9,200 by Line Star.
He got 3
Hey,
touchdowns.
Line Star, if anybody from Line Star is listening, if you want to kick us a little, sponsorship,
Yeah,
It's a
future sponsor of the show.
it's a product I use quite a bit. Antonio Brown was their number 1 player this week, so unfortunately,
Well, they were wrong.
so they've adjusted since. But
But
The Line Star curse of the week.
so you
Line Star.
love Henry.
I love Henry. I mean, just think about it. He got 180 yards, or what was it, 143 yards against the Bills last week.
I
And
mean,
he's
he's a
got Kansas City.
Clearly,
this week.
running back.
At his current pace,
He'll rush for like 3,000 yards and have 60 touchdowns.
He will rush over 450 times this year.
Wow.
I mean, that is bananas.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Who do you think wins this game?
I kind of feel like Tennessee's going to win it.
Oh.
I feel like the defense
Well,
is
that would
so
obvious-
bad.
They got
That would
so
obviously
lucky
support
last
his,
week.
his. He can't say
Yeah.
Kansas City because he knows that I'm going to.
Well, I also think they're going to lose. Their defense is that bad.
Okay.
I think Kansas City's going to throw the ball a ton, and Tennessee is going to keep bringing it back.
I'm going to say right now, unless you're hitting the exemption button, I'm going to see if we can build a lineup
That's fine.
that does not include Henry.
I don't have to have Henry this week. I do think
Wow.
he's going to score lots of
Do
points.
you want Henry
This
this week?
throws me for a loop.
Why do you think?
So here, because we were talking about it upstairs, and like I just kind of came into today
Assuming that we'd have
assuming
to.
we were starting Ricky Seals Jones and Derrick Henry.
He doesn't even like
that's
Seals
sort of
this
that's
week.
sort of like how I've like
Seals
been
was
building.
last week's news. I mean, the producer does not stick with last week. He's moved on to this week, right?
Yeah.
He's a forward-thinking producer.
Yeah.
So, Juice, with that said, is Henry a lock and load this week?
God,
do we
I
have to
mean-
play him?
It's 58.5 point total.
I mean, it's a huge total.
Or 58, I'm sorry. It's the highest total of the year.
Highest total of the year.
Against the Kansas City defense that can't stop anybody.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'll just tell you in
He's
my
at
lineup, I have
home.
Tannehill and A.J. Brown.
I'm sorry, who?
I ran it with Tannehill, A.J. Brown, and
I
ran
do like that.
Williams
My
back.
concern with A.J. Brown, though, is like he's had food poisoning that's lasted for 10 days from Chipotle.
Oh my! Oh
and,
no!
and this is
Poor
I mean, this is
Chipotle.
real news.
Just blaming
And no, listen.
Chipotle being blamed for cocaine
Li-
addiction
listen,
for the
listen.
last 20 years, right?
He said today, I think, or yesterday, that he can't keep any food down since he's had the food poisoning. I mean, have you
He had 9
food
catches
poisoning?
in the
Like,
second
I've
half
had food
last week.
poisoning for a day, and it's bad.
Yeah,
Imagine
I've
for
had
like
it twice in
7
my
days.
life. It's
So that
terrible.
sounds terrible. It sounds like a hell.
This is why everybody came on a Saturday morning was to get the food poisoning talk. He
That
played-
worries me.
He played last week,
There's no Julio.
and he played last week.
He did, and he looked good in the second half. I think he got like 6 catches for like 91 yards
So
or something. So
if AJ Brown, he's not green, he's brown. If he is, if he is not going, then we have to start Henry, right?
I think that's a decision point this week. Is do you think it's going to be like just back and forth air show, or do you think that Derrick Henry can?
I'm going
do
with
his
the
thing?
back and forth air show.
I feel like if there's 57 points, it's going to be very easy to probably see 4 touchdowns from Derrick Henry this week.
4.
4. If it's that
He got
many
3
points,
last week.
He got
Jesus.
3 against Buffalo.
4.
Why couldn't he do 4 against Kansas City?
4.
Yeah.
That's a lot. But I mean, I don't know.
What can they do? They
If
can't
Derrick
they
Henry's
can't do
getting
anything.
4 touchdowns, we have to play Derrick Henry, right?
It's very
Alright.
likely that he could.
So let's decide this because I
We
think
have
this
to.
is this is important.
Because it's going to affect who we play. Yeah.
Because this to me is like a game theory sort of question.
Yeah, it's
Do
$9,200.
do we think that Kansas City like just comes out and just like passes at will and gets up? Because if that happens, then Derrick Henry essentially gets taken out of the game.
I think it might be
That's
like
the only way I think
I'm gonna
Derrick
make
Henry
I'm gonna make a reference. I think it might be like Cassia Winniewood, where Kansas City drives up and down the field and then they pitch it to James Allen and go
It
back
doesn't
the other.
actually matter how many points Tennessee goes down; they still use Derrick Henry no matter what.
Oh, Derrick Henry's going to get used. I agree. I just whether he has
Especially
to.
if they don't have their 2 best wide receivers
So,
this week.
just to make sure that mathematically you understand how the game of DFS works, how many points does Derrick Henry have to have been a good play for us this week?
I mean, probably 27 to 30 points. I would
Yeah,
say.
30 points at
Julio
least.
is correct.
Yeah.
And you're guaranteeing that. He said 4 touchdowns. What am I asking?
Yeah, I think it's
So
going to be
that's-
easy for him to get that.
That's 24
I
points
think
right there.
I think the sort of the floor for Derrick Henry this week would be like 120 yards and a touchdown.
So, yeah.
And that would be like, and maybe throwing a couple catches. So that puts
He's
him
definitely
right,
catching
that
it.
puts
this
him
year.
right around 20.
Okay,
That's
just,
his floor.
Cuz, what do you think about Henry this week?
I don't mind fading him this week.
Okay.
I like AJ Brown.
Yeah,
Okay.
Me too. Thank you.
All
Thank you,
right.
Cuz.
Well-
Hold on. He deserves this. Thank you, Cuz. Your insights are always appreciated.
I just think at some point Tennessee is going to start throwing the ball more, and Derrick Henry isn't going to get 3 touchdowns every game.
Preach.
Not because he's not good, but just because they have to change the way they play a little bit.
Preach.
You don't have to keep winning. They won last week against the Bills.
Cuz is earning all the sounds. You're getting one sound. You want to know what sound that is?
What's that?
Did you
Yeah,
just-
good. I'm glad it got cut off.
Okay, I'll quit playing with the sounds.
Yeah.
We got to line up the building. We're at 8% on the iPad.
Yeah, let's go.
So are we putting Henry in or not? Juice, I give you the final
Can we
say.
come back to him?
Sure.
Wow, but
Come back to him.
he affects the whole quarterback wide
He,
receiver.
he does, but I think I mean I don't know. Like if you recall a couple weeks ago when Jared should have won the Millie Maker,
He almost won it.
right?
Almost won it. It was very close.
He was.
There
actually
was a
very
quarterback
close.
in a game stack that was very low owned that he used that week,
The Tampa. We have
and I
not.
kind of feel the same way this week. I mean, like
I think the
Chris
points are more
Godwin-
concentrated,
Chris
right?
Godwin is the highest owned receiver this week projected, and Tom Brady is way down on the list.
And if you look at Line Star, sorry Line Star to keep using you, they literally before Antonio Brown got hurt, they had every receiver at 17 points or higher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Tom Brady would have to have a monster game for that to be
We
true.
have seen that even when they get up, they don't run the ball. They just keep throwing.
They do keep throwing.
Uh,
So then would we go? Are we going to put both of
What
them
would
in?
it be? Chris Godwin and Mike Evans and
I-
Tom Brady?
Yeah.
God, and boy, Godwin's dirt this
Yeah,
year.
they're cheap. They're both
cheap.
Yeah.
really
They're very
cheap.
cheap. I love this call for sure.
Okay, I like this.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
So are we running it back?
Yeah, I think we can.
Who on Chicago do we run it back with?
Mooney.
Okay.
Josiah and his dad are big Chicago fans. Josiah, do you have an opinion on who you'd run it back with, wide receiver wise?
You can
Mooney.
that too.
Yeah.
He's
Mooney.
also
Okay.
there.
Actually, I like Komet.
Yeah.
Jimmy Graham is out this week.
Yeah. COVID protocol, so
Yep.
it's all Komet.
I kind of rather go commit because he's dirt cheap,
That's
so
fine.
we're not wasting much on the receiver.
I think
There's good tight end options though.
Yeah,
there
really
are good tight end options. That's
Give
the-
us, just say, give us the iPad view if you get a chance. I heard the button press, so it'll be here soon.
Yep.
It'll be there in 10 seconds.
Okay, I like this. I had considered this build at one point. I think the receivers are dirt cheap. I think they're all projected to score really high. I think it gives us a cheap run back at the tight end position that even if commit has a terrible game, it's not costing us much. It's going to allow us to play some other people that we might not get to play, right?
So we're deciding to go with commit rather than Mooney.
I think so for now. That's kind of I'm voting that way, just because the money we save on the run back. I don't love Chicago's offense, so we're not putting a lot of money into even though Mooney's not real expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Commit's just so dirt cheap that if he scores a touchdown, it's a brilliant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go with it.
Anybody disagree with
No.
that, Josiah?
No, I agree.
Have I said it? I'm saying his name right.
Yeah.
I think it's a good
Yeah.
time to
Could
just
I
go.
give a thought if you were to target this game is what if we played Fournette
see.
assuming they're going to be leading, and play Justin Fields.
Ugh, I'm not playing Fields.
I don't want to play.
Not
I don't
great
want to play.
Not in a
Fields either.
tournament lineup.
I do like Fournette though.
Yeah, I do like.
I think
Fournette,
Tampa
too.
Bay's going to get up really early, and Chicago's going to be chucking the ball a lot.
I like some other running back plays though too.
There are so many running backs in like the 6K range this week. That's the other thing that I'm struggling with Henry is there's a lot of good.
There's a
plays.
lot of good running backs
Running
in
back
6K.
plays.
Well, let's
Henry-
get our defense so we can figure out
Yeah.
how much money we have left. So, Juice, what's your cheap D of the week?
I just kind of like the Giants this week at home against Carolina. They're relatively cheap.
I like the opposite of that. I like Carolina, the Giants this week. I've spent up for the first time on a defense in a while and paired them with Hubbard.
I actually kind of like the Jets this week too against New England.
I don't mind the Jets either. I'm good with the Jets.
You want to go with the
actually.
Jets?
Yeah.
Okay. Dirt cheap, huh?
Yeah.
I feel like you're just rolling the dice with
Yeah.
defense anyway.
Right. Absolutely.
I like pairing the defense with the running back.
I do like it. I mean, you could go Michael Carter if you wanted. I mean, he's
Okay.
cheap.
You're just making my stomach hurt.
All right. So we got $6,100 left. Two running back spots, a wide receiver spot, and a flex.
So is there anybody we have to jam in here? I mean, I think we're going to have room for Derrick Henry in this lineup or Adams.
We might.
if we want.
I mean, I'd love to play Henry.
I would too.
And we'd have to. The only problem with playing Henry is I think Williams is a great play this week, and he's so affordable.
Well, we still have another running back spot.
Yeah, we still got- we still got-
But we're not-
$5,100
Yeah.
per spot.
Mathematically, we're not supposed to play running back v running back, but you guys tell me I'm wrong. What about Hubbard?
Yeah, I love Hubbard. Hubbard's great. I like Hubbard a lot.
Juice? Hubbard
I
thoughts?
do like Hubbard.
6,100.
Very affordably priced.
Yep.
You know, there's another Khalil Herbert, but I think Tampa Bay's. I don't think you can run on
Yeah.
them.
That's why
And there was news today that Damian Williams is going to play this week.
Oh, okay.
good. Just say.
Another
Plus-
guy I like though, real quick, is that's fairly cheap. Is McKissick for Washington.
I do like McKissick.
I just think that Antonio Gibson is just fragile right now. I think they're going to be losing anyway, so they're going to be dumping the ball off. I could see him getting like 6 catches for like 60 yards, maybe a touchdown, and just you need him, So, and he's cheap.
So look at that, Julio. I left Hubbard in there and put McKissick at the flex. Hubbard's just going against trash D.
I do like Hubbard, and he's been getting better as the weeks go by.
I don't love McKissick.
You know, okay.
Mm-mm.
I like McKissick this week.
Me too.
I think they're going to be playing from behind and throwing the ball to McKissick a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree. And I
agree.
like Julio said, Gibson's been hurt.
Gibson's been
I
hurt
mean, Gibson could go out the first drive of the game and not come back.
easily.
I mean, he's that banged up.
I agree.
So would you guys? Would you rather? Who do you like more this week? Really, is it Henderson or Hubbard? Which one do you guys like more?
Ooh, that's a
'Cause
tough call.
They're relatively close in price, $500 difference. So
If we go Henderson, we could double stack that and go Henderson and Jefferson. It's a junior, by the way, not.
do
a
you like
second.
Jefferson better? Or do you like Bateman better?
Bateman.
Okay.
What do you think, Juice?
I do like Bateman.
And we have McKissick at our flex right now.
That's what we have built. We actually made a pretty quick build here, guys. That's
Hold on, let me see.
We're down to 6% on the iPad. Just to warn you.
Okay, that should do us.
We're
for-
good.
Yeah,
McKissick is how much?
5.
5,000. With Henderson in, we still have $3,700 for wide receiver spot, which we can get Bateman in or Jefferson in, Nico Collins
Shut
in.
Hold on.
Watch him just blow up,
Stop.
and I'll just look like a genius again.
It's Houston offense, so I don't even. It's the process, not your results. And
He got 6 targets last week, 8.4 fantasy points. I mean,
okay, we can roll. I like Bateman.
I like Bateman better. I'm just saying.
I
don't
like
think-
Jefferson better.
If you only have $3,200 left, Nico Collins is not a bad move, but I like Bateman better for sure.
Update halfway through the third. OU's up or down 10-7, but driving.
I'm thinking about this a little bit more. Jefferson's intriguing to me just because I'd like to get a little piece of that game. I think Stafford is gonna.
I agree.
I think he's gonna have a really good game.
I do. I think it's a higher scoring game than the other.
But
one.
I mean, Bateman is also like someone that you can look at. I don't know. I'm not like. I don't have a strong take either way on any of these.
I mean, the
guys.
only thing that really makes me like Jefferson this week is the narrative of this whole game. So I
Right.
mean, I could go for that. I do like Bateman's potential. I feel like his
We're playing-
ceiling's a little
We're playing
higher.
2 Rams. Are we okay with that? We could go.
Oh, we are playing
Yeah.
Henderson. So I think Bateman makes the most sense. Just as a little.
So do we
one-off.
like Henderson better than Hubbard?
I like Henderson better than Hubbard.
If we go down to Hubbard, that gives us an extra 500. Is there any receivers we like at like the 4,000 range?
If we go down, let's see here. Okay, if we go down to Hubbard, and go to Bateman's spot, we've got 4,200. No, everyone I'm seeing here, I don't really care about. I like Bateman better.
I like
than,
Lazard.
I do like Quez Watkins and Reeder a little bit against the Raiders.
You guys like Lazard at all?
What if we did Tyler Johnson instead of Mike Evans? We put someone else higher in
we
that.
could do that. That's a.
That's not a bad idea.
Let's see. Let's.
We don't feel like Mike Evans is going to be the other.
I know you love him, and I like him too.
Who is Ty? So it's Tyler Johnson.
Yeah,
He's 3,000.
he's Stoneman.
Wow, that gives us Hopkins, Samuel, DJ Moore.
I would like to wait. Hopkins? How
Yeah.
do we have Hopkins?
Look at the lineup, bro.
Hopkins got a revenge game coming on here.
What do I have wrong here?
We don't have Hopkins in.
Hubbard,
That's just
Hubbard.
We
An
can fit
option.
Hopkins
Oh, you
though.
want to put Henderson back in?
Well, I mean, I
I like Henderson.
I do like
both
a good narrative.
I like
and-
both of them.
I think that Hopkins against Houston. I don't know. I feel like Kyler's one of those dudes that likes to get his guys going. Like
Yeah.
And
Whoa, what did I just do that gets us Devontae Adams? Oh, I did something.
so.
Look at that. Why do I have 10,300 left over? Oh,
You got rid
I
of
put,
Derrick Henry.
My bad. There we go. And we wanted Hubbard. Right?
Yeah.
I'm struggle bus here.
Hubbard, and then
That gives us Bateman. Oh no, 7,700. Gives us Hopkins.
I do like Hopkins a little bit.
We would really need Johnson to do a little something this week.
Yeah, but I mean, he's 3K. We don't, I mean, he doesn't have to go off. Like that's the beauty of playing 3K guys. It's like they stumble into a couple catches and they paid themselves.
I mean,
off.
we could also just go all in on the stack and just play all three of them, and then we'd have 6,200 at the flex, which would give us.
I just don't think Tampa Bay is going to need to throw the ball that much.
Yeah, I don't want to do it. I like what we got.
I think
All
they're
right,
going to win the
so-
game by a lot.
Evans, getting rid of him, putting Hopkins in, and then we've got 5,000 at the flex. Are we just going with McKissick? Is
I
that
like it. I mean, he's going to catch 5 passes.
I
for
think
sure.
so. I
Okay.
think they're going to be behind, and I think they're going
I
to.
do think Gibson's more banged up than we realize.
I do too.
I didn't have to use an exempt producer exemption this
I
week.
did not hear an exemption.
Nope.
Henry got in without your exemption.
Yep. So I still got one left, I guess, for if Nico Collins took it from me.
I just like the Henry thing. Like I just can't logically think of a reason why I wouldn't play him this week.
No, I love it.
And he's not like crazy owned. I don't know. I mean, it almost makes too much sense that it scares me.
Yep.
Yeah. I think he's going to be really highly owned.
He's going to be highly owned, but it's going to be worth it.
Not,
So
not,
the
not,
people that
accord,
own
not
him.
according to like RotoGrinders projections.
So
He's-
this lineup, the one person that is clearly missing is Adams out of
yeah,
a lot of the chalk. We can live without Adams this week.
We've got two $3,000 players, Komet and Johnson.
But I like the two $3,000
Yeah.
players we have. It allows us to play some solid running back.
I mean,
Yeah.
Komet's going to have to play basically every snap, right? Which is why we were.
He's
so
going to play
high
every snap, yeah.
on Ricky Seals-Jones last week because he had to play every snap.
I like commit as their run. I mean, as a cheap run it back. It looks like that's actually the weakness of Tampa Bay's defense is the tight end. So maybe they'll actually focus on him.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, feels good.
It's a good lineup, I would say.
Brilliant.
Why is it cutting off?
I have no idea.
Any
Wow.
other stacks you guys like this week?
The other stack I liked is Matt Ryan, Calvin Ridley, Kyle Pitts.
I like the Tannehill, A.J. Brown run it back with Williams.
I do.
I really like
think
that
that's
play
going to
too.
be really popular, and
Yeah.
I think the only thing that worries me about our lineup is like I could see a world where that stack kind of goes off a little bit.
Right.
Mhm.
But I also do like the Kyler Murray stack
See, a Kyler Hopkins running it back
Yeah.
with nobody, or
with Cooks.
oh yeah, Cooks is a good run it back.
So I don't know. I just Kyler. He's just playing so well right now.
And that's a big game.
Yeah.
I mean, they just have to win. Like they just
Well,
can't
they're
afford.
undefeated.
And they can't. I'm saying they just can't afford to lose that game.
Yeah.
Not with the season they have going. Any other thoughts, Josiah? Any thoughts on the lineup we built? You want? Are you and your cousin going to put any voodoo on anybody on this lineup?
I think our
we
lineup's
haven't
good.
voodooed many people this year.
Nope. There's been no one. I mean, other than McKissick. I mean, I'll
Are you
just.
voodooing McKissick?
I'm not going to voodoo him. You guys all like him. But I
There's
don't
one
know.
guy I
It
like that we
makes
didn't talk about
sense,
today.
Yeah, it makes sense. He just burns me all the time. It's hard for me to play.
Okay, I like this. Let's do this. I like this section of the show. Everybody we didn't talk about that we want to talk about that didn't get in the lineup, but we think needs mention. Hit it up, cuz.
Mine is Dallas Goddard.
You like Dallas
Yeah.
this week against Vegas?
Over the last 3 years, when Ertz has been gone, Dallas Goddard averages like 16 points a game.
And he's going to get all of it
Ertz
this
is
week.
gone. I think Dallas Goddard is the number one receiver on that team now.
Yeah, makes sense.
Jared, give me a player that we haven't mentioned that you like that we might see in a lineup that you're building.
Cooper Kupp against Detroit.
Yeah, we didn't talk much about Cup.
I feel like he's going to
Line
be.
Star weirdly has him projecting lower than a lot of the top receivers this week. I was all over Cup until I started seeing the Line Star projections.
I'll have him in some of my lineups. Of course, there's so many wide receivers I like this week. He's probably not going to make it in all of them. But, I mean, he gets average 13 targets a game against Detroit. So, I mean, I like Cooper Kupp this week.
That's a good one. Juice, somebody we didn't talk about.
My sort of like sneaky ninja this week, and I hate playing this guy, but I don't know. I think he's in a good game environment. Is Derek Carr? I
Okay.
think
Carr,
he could be
all
in
right.
for a big game. He's throwing a lot this year.
He
man,
is,
and
but not
like
to,
Henry Ruggs and those guys. Like I don't know. Just feel like he could have a big week.
So Line Star loves Hollywood Brown. What do you think about that?
I feel like he's going to drop 3 balls in the end zone.
Get out of here.
Wow.
God, some
I think it's
negative.
going to be
What a
Bateman.
hater.
You think Bateman's going to take place of the 4-2 guy?
Yeah.
He's going to take.
Yeah, I feel like Bateman's going to
Bateman runs a 4.38. He's,
Hey,
he's
Christian.
really
Hey
fast.
Christian, are you playing tennis today?
No, man. He's doctor's orders. No,
Oh, yeah,
no
he-
stuff for 6 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Christian, sorry about the side effects of the Cove.
Not only that, dude, he had a big sty in his eye.
Oh,
He's had a run of bad luck.
That sucks. Well,
That
Christian,
sucks.
thank you for watching, and we got a T-shirt coming for you. Hope you feel better. I'm trying to think of somebody that we haven't mentioned that I just said Hollywood Brown was somebody that I mentioned that I'm seeing in my lineups. I like C.J. Uzuma at 3K as another tight end dart. As you know,
Yeah.
I think that game has potential to be a high scoring. We have not mentioned Jamar Chase.
I was really high on that game early in the week, and like as the week has gone on, I've like lessened on that game.
Right.
I don't know why.
It's weird because you just have to pick games that you like, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, did I ask Cuz about a player we haven't mentioned?
Yeah, I said Dallas Goddard.
Yeah,
Okay,
Dallas
good. Okay. Well, I'm sorry about my lackluster performance. I'm a little distracted by the fact that OU is losing. They may be ahead by this point. Let's hope. Guys, Saturday show. What are we at runtime here?
a little over an hour. It's 107.
Oh,
Nice.
perfect. Okay.
Yep.
Well, let's wrap it up. It's about to die. I'm gonna hit the music. Hopefully, we'll have everybody in studio next week. You're
Yeah,
gonna
I'll be here.
Juice-
Yep.
Yeah.
Emmy will be here, and so
Let's just make sure Emmy doesn't go on a bender.
hopefully
On
hopefully-
Wednesday.
Hopefully, no Wednesday
Because
benders.
Wednesdays is the big night of the week to go out. You know.
she's got more time. Emmy, we missed you.
Yep.
We hope to have you back next week.
Hope she feels better.
Yeah, feel better. Hope you listen to the show. You didn't text any observations, but I'm sure you had brilliant
Yeah,
ones. and you
she's
can ma-
busy. She's busy visiting the
I
toilet.
feel like one of her calls was really good last week.
I can't remember. We'll have to.
Yeah, we'll have to-
She'll have to remind us. Cuz, thanks for sitting in.
Yeah.
Thanks again to the sponsor, Bass Bank. Thanks to the executive producer. Hopefully
Cuz blew away my expectations.
Cuz did a
He was on
great
it
job.
today.
He did. No, he really did a
did a
great
good
job.
job.
Cuz is doing a good job on the start sit show with Jared.
Yeah.
Watch that. What day of the week is that going to be this week?
We haven't made a final decision yet, so I mean,
Why don't you guys talk about it right now?
probably Monday or Tuesday. I don't know. I have to
That's
talk
great.
to my wife.
Okay.
I might make a short little video on NBA.
This week? Nice.
Yeah, maybe today.
Yeah, we're trying to make more content. I'm down for doing a Zoom call on some NBA if I can get it set up.
Yeah, I might just do a little Zoom call NBA.
Yeah.
Sweet.
It's been fun. NBA's been fun.
NBA's
so
back,
far.
so we're excited. We're going to put out content this year for NBA. Hopefully, we may not be as consistent with football, but we'll do it each week at some
Yep.
point.
Yeah.
Anything else we could say? Thank you for everybody that listens. Truly, Jess, Jared, some of the guys. New T-shirts coming. Yeah.
Let's
Anything
get
else?
back on the horse, man.
Let's have a good
Let's,
week.
let's
yeah.
forget
Let's
about
Kill it
last
this week.
Let's listen to good music and dance our way out. Bob our head. Cuz you got to bob your head.
And switch the angles so everyone gets to see the
Yeah, you got to switch it around here, Cuz.
head bobbing.
Bye, everybody.
Oh, well, yeah, good. I'm glad. As long as we get that.
See you later.